welcome back to this week, and we're going to get into putting the foundation underneath this house. Last week we prepped and got ready. We designed our levels out, and now we're going to put our foundation wall in, then we'll put our footer, and then we got some isolated piers that goes underneath this. And I'll show you how to do it. First thing I want to do is come over here, and I want to go to top of footer, right here, TOF. Double click it, and I want to come up here and I want to put an 8-inch concrete masonry unit wall, just a basic concrete block wall, hit wall architectural, and then I want to get this 8-inch masonry. And what I do is I come over here, I want to set this thing up. My base constraint will be top of footer, my next level would be top of foundation wall, and I want to go around this thing just on the outside and just get my shapes in. And just like that. Now you can turn it in 3D and look at it, and you can kind of see. You zoom in. And this right here will be my floor a little bit later on in between it. But there's my wall, and I've got to get this thing lined up underneath this. And I'm going to come back in here to top of footer. And I'm just going to use what's called my align button, but first thing I need to do is just make sure I come down here and hit fine on this so I can be able to see everything. All my lines crisp and clear. It's that little button there. And I want to hit modify, hit align, and click on this line first, and then click up here on this line. Click on this line, then click this line. You click on the line first that you want it to snap to, and I want to do that right here. Click this line, that line, that, and this line, and this, and it puts that foundation wall directly underneath of it. And now also I need to bring this foundation wall, see this right here, this foundation wall needs to come all the way across. And basically if I can come in here, you can see the foundation wall underneath this wall here. I want to grab that, and I'm going to take and I want to pull it all the way up to this side over here, just like that. And also there should be a foundation wall that goes across here, because this is going to be the garage, and we'll show you a little bit more about that later. So I want to hit architecture wall, and right there's that 8-inch wall. Make sure top of footer going up to top of foundation wall, and I'm just going to put one right there. And you'll notice I never put it right underneath of the wall I want to go to. I hit modify, and I hit align, and I want to hit that wall. That it's easier to do it like that and align it. That way you know you're exactly right. So now I go back into 3D, and you can kind of see all that good stuff in there now. So we got our foundation wall all the way around this, and now I want to put the footer under it. It's really simple and easy. All you have to do is come up here to structure, slide over to this right here, foundation wall, click on it, and this one is got a 36 by 12 inch, 36 inch wide and 12 inches deep as the footer, and that's just too big for us. Now remember, the rule of thumb is 2 times the width of your foundation wall, which is 16 inches, and we could go with that. And it's all, and they say also your depth would be the width of your foundation wall. But this is going to be a true 2-story over here and a 1.5 story. I want to go 12 inches thick on my concrete, and I want to go 20 inches wide just because of that height. So hit edit type, duplicate, and I want to change this to 20 by 1 foot thick. Okay, that just changes the name. Now right here's my width, 20 inches. Make sure you put your inch sign, 1 foot thick, and okay. And all you got to do with that on is just click your wall, and it puts your footer right underneath of it. Click that all the way around. Just like that. And there's one more wall right here. And basically, there is your foundation wall and your footer. Now, there's some stuff that we got to do on this garage. We've also got to put in our isolated footers for our piers and our isolated footers for this load-bearing wall that's going across here. And it's probably easier to see from this, but this wall right here and this wall right here are load-bearing walls. And they're going to be a girder coming underneath those all the way across, and there's going to have to be some post and little isolated footers under there to hold that up. And there's also going to be over here in our garage, they're going to be they're going to be two isolated footers under here, and a post coming up to a girder for this part of it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we'll work on this garage later. Let's go ahead and put our pier and post in here. And to do that, I'm going to go back to top of footer, and inside here it's perfect. We've got we can actually see exactly where this is going to be, these walls. And I'm going to take and go ahead and put those in. And the best way to do that is to come up here to wall, architectural wall, and a regular 8-inch CMU block is 16 inches long. So I'm going to put 1/4, and then I'm going to put two of them side by side. Grab that, and I'm mirroring that over. And I'm going to grab this right here, and I'm going to go top of footer, going up top of foundation wall, and that should be 32 inch. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to go right in the center of this, and I want to bring this over. Just grab this, do a move. Actually, do a copy, would be the easiest. And when I do copy, make sure you hit multiple. That way I can do multiple times. And I'll catch that, and I'll bring them in there. Now, these don't need to be no farther than 8 foot. They need to be shorter than that. I want to come across here and put a few of them, and then we'll check our spans. And you'll need to check with an architect too whenever you're working with this to make sure that your load-bearing wall here will support the weight of the structure. But we'll go in here and look at it. After I get those in there, hit annotate, hit align, come over here and click on this part. And I want to come in here and I want to hit click on that, click on that, click on this, click on that one, click on that one, click on this one, and click on this. And I want to take and move that to right there. Move it to the center. Move that to the center. And after I get those all centered up like that, I can hit my equal sign. And what happened was it moved those equal, and we'll have to take and move these other ones over. And what I do is I just use align. Modify align. I want to take and grab this, and I grab this right there. Lock it. Again, this one right here, I want to hit align there, hit align to that, lock it. This one here needs one. This right there, I want to use this one here, lock it. Lock it. This one, because these are the center ones, lock it. Come over here, this was the center one, and I want to lock it. Well, it didn't move. line again, catch that one, and that one, lock it. So right there is those are my concrete blocks that are going to be my post. And if I want to see exactly what the length of that is, hit equal. It's going to be 4 foot between them. I think that would be perfect, right around 4 foot, because you've got complete second story above you. And this is right here, these are 2x6 load-bearing walls that's going to hold that up. So I think that'll be just fine for this. Now, with that in there, I want to go in here to structure, and I want to come over here to isolated. And if y'all remember, whenever you're doing an isolated footer underneath these posts, you always go, for a 2-story house, you go 7 inches past the post itself, and you go at least 1 foot thick for an isolated footer. So hit isolated, and this one's got a 30 by 30 by 12. It's just way too big. So I need to edit the type and make a new one from that, duplicate. This one is going to be, if you got 16 inches by 16 inches, 1 foot 4 by 1 foot 4, you need to go be 1 foot 11. So let's just go 2 foot. You're that close. 2 foot by 2 foot by 12 inches thick, right? So okay on that. The width of this would be 2 foot. The length would be 2 foot, and then 1 foot thick is perfect. And this will be the top of footer. You come in here and you can't see it because we're going underneath of this. But if you come in here and just find the center point of it, click right there. And sorry for that loud noise. I want to turn that down just a little bit because it's going to do it because you can't see it. Come back in here. Isolate it right there. That one's chosen. Come in here and hit that point. It's going to do that because it's just not showing up. It's just not being visible. I'm just going to go ahead and put them in for all of these. And I want to put you into 3D, and you can actually see them on the bottom side of it. You see that? Right there is those isolated footers right underneath of these 8-inch CMU block. There's 2 of them, and they'll be laid in there in a staggered type of pattern. So that's going to give us plenty support across there when this girder comes in to hold this wall up, which will hold up the center of this 2-story home. And then, like I said earlier, we'll work on this garage. We got to put a couple isolated footers in there to hold up there's going to be a girder coming across here because we got a 1.5 story. And we'll work on that just a little bit later. Now, the next video that you're going to have for this week is going to actually show you how to complete the garage setup. And we'll do that in the next video.